Hi Student Success, welcome to week 2 of the semester. So if you are taking classes, on campus, I hope that you are getting your schedule and finding your way around. If you're only online or even just this class, hopefully you are understanding a little bit more how to navigate Brightspace. If you are struggling with anything like that, I did put an announcement up last week, but you're welcome to check it out at any time. We have workshops on campus that do cover, they call it Computer Bare Basics, because it does go over, you can see like a list here, just kind of, it still says Blackboard on there, but Brightspace, email, internet, that she talks about different apps that you can use with your computer. So if you need that assistance, this is a great place to look for that. All right, so we're going to go ahead and hop into the lessons area. And in my earlier videos, both like in the welcome and the week 1, I did say that you'll be probably using the start here area less and less, but still feel free to go through and take a look. You can always revisit the welcome video if you forget how to access or where to go for something. You can post in the student lounge or the Muddy Point all semester long if you wanted to interact with your classmates or ask a question. You can also obviously pull up the syllabus and reference it. So please, still use that as much as you need to, especially this early part of the semester. So another thing is that student services assignment, it is coming up in week 16. I know I say coming up is a while away, but it's here quicker than we know. There is going to be its own video. In fact, after I record this lecture, I'm going to upload the video that covers just the student services assignment so you know exactly where to find that information. And then finally, your week 1 is already closed. I know a lot of you did a great job with that. If you are concerned because you missed work in week 1, I did mention it in earlier videos, and I'll remind you here again that I do reopen weeks 1, 2, 3, and 4 closer to the end of the semester. So I do that in case anyone just enrolled late or they were having trouble with Brightspace. But I do wait until the end of the semester because I want students to be focused on the current week that we are in. Not to mention, there are approximately 150 of you in this course right now. And so as we go throughout the semester, especially the first several weeks, it is less overwhelming for myself, personally speaking, to not have multiple weeks open at once. But I want to let you know that it's coming up toward the end of the semester. So don't forget to take advantage of that if you missed it earlier in the semester term. All right, so week 2, I'm going to kind of recommend that you take a look at the Chapter 2 lecture. So that's going to cover the Chapter 2 content. That's going to be the basis of one of your assignments for this week. If you don't watch the video, I encourage you to at least read the chapter. So in the materials folder, there's a link to the chapter. There is also the PowerPoint slides. So I do ask that you engage with it somehow. It's going to look different for everyone. Some of you will prefer to watch the video. Some of you will look through the text, or you'll do a little mix and match. Whatever feels best for your learning preferences, just make sure that you're kind of engaging with that and really honing in on the areas that you think are most beneficial. All right, so let's take a look at the quick snapshot here. So we are in Chapter 2, Stay Motivated, Organized, and on Track. You have 2 assignments this week, so this looks a little similar to week 1. You have a discussion board, so the original post is due Wednesday for your weekly attendance and responded to classmates by Sunday, so just like last week. And then you have an automatically graded assignment, a college resources digital scavenger hunt. That is due Sunday as well. So I'll walk you guys through that in just a moment. I also want to point out underneath in this materials area, there are links and videos to a couple resources. So again, the goal of this class is to introduce you to different resources that our campus has so that you can take advantage. So the first one does talk about like the student clubs and organizations. For a 2-year school, we have quite a bit going on. So some of these are just for fun, like comic book club. Others are more related to majors like Criminal Justice Student Association. So make sure that, if you want to get involved, take a look and see if there's anything that sticks out to you. We do have some honors societies here on campus as well. So it's a great way to network, great way to get involved. And then you have 2 videos that go over some resources on campus, disability support services and military services. So you can click there and it will say, open link in new browser, and it'll take you to a YouTube video that talks just about that particular service. So check those out if you would like to learn more about either of those. Remember, on the main page under info for current students, you also have a link of all of these different resources. So I like to, again, remind students of that, especially early on. All right, let's go ahead and hop into our assignments. So week 2, chapter 2, you have a discussion board post. This is going to look very similar to week 1's discussion board prompt. So same thing, make sure you respond in your original post by Wednesday to get your week attendance, and then respond to 2 classmates by Sunday. So you have a list, again, just like last week's, only this time you only have 6 topics listed. So you can see there's only 6 topics, but you need to pick still 4 of them. So 4 of the 6, and complete the statements that go along with them. So these are connected to chapter 2 ideas. So let's say, again, just for ease of this, you pick the first 4. So you need to talk to me about goals. You have not yet set these kind of goals for the following, maybe just like homework goals or study goals. In the coming weeks and months, I will think about and clarify these goals. Like, well, how are you going to set goals as it relates to, completing homework or studying? Maybe you want to talk about attitude. Your most difficulty maintaining a positive attitude is, how can you adjust your attitude? Maybe you talk about study space. Regardless, pick 4 of these 6 items, and then just respond to both lines in each topic. So again, you're still doing like 8 fill in the blanks, if you will, because you have 4 of the topics, 2 blanks in each topic. So post your original response, and there's again another like little example on how to do that, and then make sure that you post your responses to 2 classmates by Sunday to be able to get the rest of those points. So Wednesday for your attendance post, and then to get the rest of your points, you're going to respond to 2 classmates. All right, remember to start a new thread. You simply, once you're in the discussion board, you simply go to the bottom and click start a new thread. And then here is where you enter your subject, like week 2 or chapter 2, and then put your original response. And when you're done, you just hit post, and then you'll be able to go back in and find a classmate and hit, reply to theirs. All right, so that's your first thing you're doing for this week, is your discussion board. The second thing you're doing is your college resources digital scavenger hunt. And this is similar to that Title IX quiz from last week, because this is an automatically graded assignment by Brightspace. And so all I will do is be able to go into the grade book and just make sure that it's completed. But it's just what it sounds like it is. It's going to talk to you a little bit. So after I'm kind of skipping through.
Website to find out.
After you get through the first couple of pages, it's going to start asking you questions about where different resources are located. And if you're not sure, this is a great time to use this page I just referenced a few minutes ago. So the home page, info for current students, and then you can go and you can look, okay, well, here's the testing center. Where is that located? So if you're not sure where those things are located, you can certainly use that website. And then make sure you answer all the questions and make sure that last slide gets submitted. All right, so those are your 2 discussion board and your resources scavenger hunt. Those are your 2 assignments for this week. Again, make sure you post your original response by Wednesday and respond to 2 classmates by Sunday, and the resources scavenger hunt by Sunday as well. If you have any questions while you work, please feel free to reach out, and have a great week too.